Hello students, welcome to today's session. Today we will discuss decimals. This is very interesting. So you can see here an introduction to decimals. It means in today's lesson we will learn what are decimals, how we can use decimal numbers, how we can express any of the integer in decimals, and how we can use various operations upon on decimal numbers, right? So let's start. First, what are decimals? So first we'll talk about place value chart. In my previous video also you learn about, what is place value chart. Ones, then tens, then hundred, then thousand, then 10,000, lakh you can write. So suppose a number is there 5, 2, 3 and 4. So you can see here 5 is at unit place. So it is at ones place, 2 at tens place, 3 at hundreds place and 4 at thousands place. Right? It means the place value of this 5 is 5. 5 into 1 means 5 only. Place value of those 2 is, we need to multiply this 2 by 10. Right? So 20 will get, and place value of this 3 will be 3 into 100, right? So 300 we have, and place value of this 4 will be 4 into 1000, that is 4000. Hope you understand. It means if we are moving to right to left from here to here, we have to multiply by 10. Place value of this is 1, place value of this one is distance 2, here is 100 and here is 10,000, 1000 and so on. So how we can get 100? If we multiply by 10, this 1 by 10, so we have 10 here. And similarly, if we want to move in next column or in next box, again we have to multiply by 10. Then only if we multiply by 10, we'll get 100. Similarly, if we want to move in next column, so we need to multiply by 10. If we multiply by 10 in 100, then only we have 1000. So hope you understand and so on. If 10,000 is there, we need to multiply this 1000 into 10, then we'll get 10,000. And for lakh, if you multiply 10,000 by 10, then we have 1 lakh, right? And in reverse manner, suppose we want to move left to right from here to here. So what to do? We are at 1000 place and we want to move in 100 place. So what to do? We need to divide by 10 in this case. So if we divide 1000 by 10, then we have 100. Similarly, suppose we are at 100th place and we want to move on 10th place. So what to do? We need to again divide by 10. If we divide 100 by 10, then we'll move at 10th place. And similarly, if we want to move at ones place and we are at 10th place, so again we need to divide by 10. Hope you understand. We have already discussed all the things. Now, if I want to move one more step, then again in this sequence, you can see here one sequence is there, right? So we again, if we want to shift in another box, another column, we need to divide by 10. So what it is called 10th place. So we can denote it by small t, and 1 by 10th it is called. So we'll move to 1 by 10th column or 1 by 10th place. It is denoted by small t. And if one more step I want to move ahead, Again I need to divide by 10. So I will move to 100th place. It is represented at what 1 by 100, and so on. In similar manner we can get thousandths place, then 10,000ths place, and so on. So this is 10th place. This is called 10th place, and this is 100th. Hope you understand now. Now, actually, this 1 by 10 means, what does it mean? So 4, 3, 2, 5, 1 by 10 we can write it, right? And it means 4, 3, 2, 5. How we can write in the numbers? It is not possible to write it that 4, 3, 2, 5 whole 1 by 10. So we can write it like this, point 1. So this point, this is called this. Let me explain here. 4, 3, 2, 5.1. So this point is called decimal point. What this is called? This is decimal point. And what we can read it? We can read it 4325.1. 4325.1. Hope you understand. Now we can express any of the integers in the decimal numbers. How? So express integer in decimals. Suppose 25 is given there. We know that 25 is an integer. So how we can represent this 25 in decimals? So we can write it, this 25, we can write it 25.0. How? You can see here, this 25 is given there. It means this is ones, 5 is at ones place, and this 2 as 10th place, right? And here also 25.1 is given. This 5 at ones place, and this 2 at 10th place, and this 0 as 10th place. So you can see here at 10th place we have 0. So there is no value of this. So 5 at ones place, here also 5 at ones place, and this 2 at 10th place, here also 2 at 10th place. It means we can say that the meaning of both the things is same. It means 25, we can write it 25.0. Hope you understand. One more thing that I want to tell you here. 25.0 is given here. We can write number of zeros as many as we can, as we need. So meaning of this one and this one is same. It means after decimal point, if we are writing zeros, there is no meaning of these zeros. So 20.0, 20.00, 25.000, and 25 point, then after that 4 zeros, they all have same meaning. They all have same meaning. Don't forget it. You need to learn it always. Right? Hope you understand. So any of the integers we can express in decimals. Now, suppose I am writing a number here, 19.1, 2, and 5. So this 9 before decimal point, this is at ones place, this 1 as 10th place, and after decimal point, this 1 as 10th place, this 2 at hundredth place, and this 5 as thousandth place, right? And what we can read this number? We can read this number as 19.125. What we can read it? 19, then point 1, 2, and 5. Don't read it 19.125. Why? Because after decimal, this number is not an integer. This is not an whole number. That's why these are actually parts. This is 1/10th part, this is 1/100th part, and this is 1/1000 part. So we can't read this number as a whole. So what we can read it? We can read it 19.125. Hope you understand. Now, how we can express, as I just before I tell you, we can express any of the number in decimals. So now, expressing fraction in decimal, we can express any of the fraction in decimal. Suppose 1 by, I'm taking a simple example, 1/2 is given there. We can express this fraction in decimals. How we can? We need to divide this 2 by this 1/2. Since it is 1/2, it means we need to divide 1/2. Now, how we can divide? You have to learn it. Now see, we know that the divisor, that is 2, is greater than dividend. So what to do? You can put here 0, then one decimal point by your own, and we can also add 1 0 here. This is a rule of division of decimals, right? So now we can see 5 times we can divide it. So after division, what we can write it? 0.5. So 1/2 we can express this fraction as 0.5. This is decimal number. Hope you understand. One more example I am taking here. Suppose 11/2 is given there. How we can express this 11/2 in decimals? See, now you can see here divisor is 2 and dividend is 11. So 5 times we can divide it. 2 5s are 10. After subtraction 1 we have. Now this 1 is remainder, but we have to express this number into decimal. So what to do now? Put a decimal point here. Since we are putting decimal here, we have to put decimal here also. So equality should be there. Now we can put 0 here, right? So we have to shift now this 0 here. So now it becomes 10. So 5 times we can divide it. So what we have here? We have here 5.5. You can see here 11/2 is a fraction, and we can express this number in decimal, and after expressing it in decimal we have 5.5. Let's take another examples. Now 13/5, I want to convert this 13/5 into decimals. So how we can convert? Like this. So how many times? 5 2s are 10 we can write here. Now after subtraction 3 we have. So what to do now? No digit is here to shift downside. So what to do? Put decimal then 0 by own. Decimal and 0 you can put. Since we have to write decimal here, we have to put decimal here also. This is the rule. You have to follow this in every division of decimals. Now we can shift this 0 here. So 6 times, and we can write here 30. So we can write it 2.6. Hope you understand. This is the way how we can express fractions into decimals. Hope you understand. So in this way, you can express any of the integers, any of the fractions in decimal numbers, right? And what we learned from today's lesson, we learned that what are decimal numbers, how we can write decimal numbers, how we can express any integer in decimal numbers, how we can express any fractions in decimal numbers. In this lesson we learn. Now we learn, in next lesson we will learn how we can use various operations. These are basic operations. What are basic operations? There are four basic operations: addition and subtraction, division, and multiplication. So in next lesson, in next video, we will learn how we can add, subtract, divide, or multiply these decimal numbers, right? So you just think about the decimal numbers, and if you have any new ideas, any new inventions, any new things about the decimals, you can write me in comment section. In next video, I will include your comment in that video, right? So that's all from today's lesson. In next lesson, we will learn about these basic things, right? Hope you understand this, and see you. Bye. Have a good day.